Hello, it is Saturday, the 4th of July. Enjoy your holiday. I will speak frankly, though, about my feelings about the 4th. Enjoy your holiday. I do think that it's really important now, always has been, I think it's really important now to speak up and use this platform to speak honestly about everything. And I'll show a few records. I don't have much to show today. Well, I could show a lot. But I was born in 1955. And so in school in the 60s, American history really was very offensive. I was just a child, but I remember this as a little boy. It's like, there's something's wrong with this picture, something's wrong with this picture, this can't be what happened. Not just regarding race, just regarding slavery, but the whole Native American story with the turkeys and the Bible and all that stuff. I said, this is bullshit. And then it became pretty apparent if you read once I started reading between the lines. Oh, this country was stolen, literally. These people were murdered and slaughtered so these white folks could just come over here and take over. That's what really happened. So, no, I don't honor the 4th. I've never liked it. Because it's a holiday based on lies and the spilling of blood. And even more so because of the racist, sick, mentally ill fuck that we have in the White House and all of his shenanigans. I'm just full of hate for this this day, to be honest with you. I'll use the word hate because it's just lies. So enjoy your holiday, but do I actually wish for you to have a happy 4th of July? No. Fuck no. Okay? It's a boot in the head to a black people. It's a knife to the neck of red people. I happen to be both red, black, and white. So I got a right to speak, and I will. So yesterday was laid back. Not much happened. The little bit of music that I listened to yesterday I think the high point of yesterday was social media, to be honest with you, getting the feedback from my video, reading the comments, Twitter, the combination of Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and YouTube. Those are the ones that I'm interested in. I look on TikTok, but that's just too crazy to me right now. And some of those others I haven't bothered with. But those, that's enough sometimes. The activity, just the interaction sometimes. And you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you have these hot moments of interaction, and it's fun, and it's fulfilling. So that's mostly what I did yesterday. Some yard work. That is partly how I stay in shape, is I do stuff. I do. I don't just sit on my ass in front of a television. I don't. Or the screen. I do sit in front of this, but I get up. You can tell when you see my body. I don't sit around on my ass all the time. It's not all, see? See? Some people, that shit goes out like that, from sitting on their ass all the time. That's not me. Real proud of that at 65. When I was a kid, I was concerned. Am I going to have to look like all those old people? I don't. Something I played yesterday, Utopia. This is an original. I like to share that when I have it. I love hearing from you folks that have these rare records that I have. I know I'm not the only one, and I know it's nothing new. And am I envious of you folks who have of originals of these rare records I show? I sure am. I have some of the originals too, but it's like, man, been after some of these records forever. But this one is real cool. It looks like an Amandul album, doesn't it? It could be, because quite a few members of Amandul are on here. along with the jazz organist Jimmy Johnson and Siggy Schwab on guitar and some other folks. And this is a very good album. It's based on a jam session, and there's a couple tracks where you can hear, yeah, that's a jam. But there's other written tracks, and it's just good. This is a good 70s, 1973 rock album. German rock. Not krautrock. German wonderful rock. Love that cover, too. Same guy that would do the Emmendale covers, I'm pretty sure. So, interestingly, while there was all the fireworks going on last night, I decided to try to play this, and it worked. Cluster concert. If you know their music, you know that there's a droning quality, a buzzing quality to a lot of it, and it worked. It worked. The fireworks were kind of worked with the sound of this. 2 concerts from early 70s. Really, I love this sort of thing. It just, it gets inside of my head and kind of just takes over. I like it. I like that. Don Caballero, World-Class Listening Problem. Damon, the drummer, quite the character. I do think he's probably mentally ill, but also probably a genius. I saw these guys on this particular tour. I think it was 2006, and I was real impressed. Bought this blue vinyl. His drumming and his technique, the way that he sits at the drums, it doesn't look like it should work. It looks like it's very uncomfortable, and it's amazing what he's able to do in that position. They blew me away. This is not one of their acclaimed albums. I have the acclaimed albums, the earlier ones, but I really like this one. I think it's because I saw them play it live, and it's like, whoa, these are some good, cool songs. Instrumental, I love it. Progressive, you could say. Don Caballero. I tried really hard for a few minutes to have a conversation with Damon after the show. He was very willfully being obtuse. Would not answer a question directly. So I just gave up, not angrily, but it's like, I don't know what your trip is, but okay, you're really good at it, and I have a lot of experience talking to psychotic people, working with psychosis, working with people who are very delusional. I learned a long time ago some really useful and working techniques to get through to people who are in psychosis. He wasn't psychotic. He was willful. He just, I don't want to be bothered with y'all. I think, it was almost like his message in some ways is everybody is an idiot. You're all idiots. I don't want to deal with y'all. Fuck all of you. That was kind of the subtext I got from the way he spoke to me. And I just kind of assumed he probably talks like this to everybody. Okay, another one where it's like, what am I doing trying to play this soft music? There's probably a inner protest to the fireworks. I said, damn it, I'm going to play some quiet music. So I put on Peter Mergener and Michael Weisser, Phancyful Fire, on Klaus Schultz's Innovative Communications label. Very quiet, peaceful, slowly rises up. Synthesizer, tapestries, and soundscapes. This is beautiful, and it's not twee. This one has meat. This one's good. Some of the stuff just sometimes will strike me. It's like, man, I'm kind of thinking about Sugar Plum Fairies and shit, Excuse me. Pull this for a critical listen. Merchants of Dream, Strange Night Voyage. This is a studio concoction that over the years different record sellers have tried to pawn off as psychedelia. It is not. This is a studio project where they were trying to do a cash-in on hippie and counterculture, and it's really pretty crass, actually. It fails miserably, so much so that it's worth a listen. The lyrics are just, oh my God, this cannot be taken seriously. And the music too, they try to do a pastiche where, kind of like the Beatles, like we'll start off on Broadway, then we'll go to a show tune, then we'll switch into operatic, and then the song. But it's done not tastefully. These people can play, but whoever put this album together was a hack. It's not creative. But if I had an opportunity to sell it, would I sell it? Why? Why sell it? This is an artifact. It's a very interesting artifact. Is there anything else? Well, the only other thing I can talk about is a couple things that have been out already. So I want to highly recommend the new Manna Mirage Space. This is really good. This is really strong. If David had a full-time promotion team behind his record with some money, this would be a major new progressive rock release in the world. It is, but it would be getting notice. It would be written and talked about. I know that Dave is not concerned with that stuff. He just likes to make the music and get it out there, and kind of leaves it up to the audience. So I'm, as an audience member, this is dynamite for folks that likes progressive rock, Canterbury, Soft Machine. This is the shit. This is wonderful. Manna Mirage, really like it. Really like it a lot. Michael, I noticed that your stuff is in Wayside. I did notice that. And this is, you're a character, Michael. You're the real deal. You're the real deal. When I saw your stuff, I thought of me, and I gave up on trying to get distributed a while back. I got so many no's. It was very discouraging. And when I first started to release CDs and then my first vinyl, I attempted to get distribution. I just got turned down. Apparently I didn't know, and it's true, I didn't know how to sell myself. I didn't want to sell myself. That's not my focus. But I wasn't good at it. But I saw your stuff, Michael. That's pretty cool. They carry your records. I'm not going to try. I'll just keep doing what I do. I wish, So, that's really it. I've been playing my new records, so I'll show them again. I've listened to this again all the way through. Prince was a genius, and I relate to him because he was struggling with the fight over good and evil inside of himself. Like so many conscientious, I'm just looking to see what to show else right quick. Like so many conscientious people, it's important. Just want to show these right quick. Because I'll just pull these. This is a quick pull because I want to show Pulsar. But yeah. So, someone mentioned Pulsar. Well, I got the Pulsars. I got originals. Pollen. What a beautiful album. French. Someone also said that where they thought, it was online. They were saying, sometimes I think that the French are undervalued when it comes to Prog. Everyone says Italian, but, French. And I agree with him. The French were just as badass as anyone else in the world when it comes to this music. This is a beautiful album. Strands of the Future, another really strong album by Pulsar. I'm going to open this one up. This is one where they take advantage of the gatefold. Again, I don't speak the language, so whatever they're on about, I don't know, but I don't care really. Those wonderful psychedelic, fanciful, freaked out gatefold artwork. I love it. My favorite of theirs, they have a couple that I don't have on vinyl. Gorlats, I don't have that on vinyl. Halloween is my favorite. This is dynamite. I think it's a classic of progressive rock. It's a concept album. You can tell by the way the music moves all the way through to the end. They're staying with this concept. something to do with Halloween. Fantastic album. The other two records that got pulled that are next to my Pulsars is Don Pollen, pianist who was with Charles Mingus for a long time. I love his style. He could play free and out, and he could play lyric beautifully. Milano Strut. This one is with Pamudu Don Moye on drums. And these people, these were master musicians. They probably could be, to me, these are the type of musicians who, well, every time they play, you could make a record. It would be worth recording just about every time they would touch anything. Masters, Don Pollen. And the other record that got pulled next to my Pulsar is Pure Food and Drug Act, Choice Cuts. Now this cover is controversial, but maybe you don't know it. Partly I have this album, my brother really liked it. This is really bluesy, but Harvey Mandel plays guitar on it, and I love Harvey's playing, but I hardly listen to this album because it's so bluesy. But my brother had a copy of it, and he played the hell out of it, and it rocks hard, okay? But this cover, do you know about this cover? I didn't make this. I'm showing it. Okay? You see what that is. You don't see that until you fold it out. But then on the inside, you see whose butt it is. Okay? You can't do stuff like that nowadays. Interesting, huh? How many of y'all knew about this record in this record cover? It's a jamming album. Worth noting for that cover, though. You could never do that nowadays. Crazy shit, huh? Crazy. Crazy. Okay. So, please, be safe. I went out this morning. I went out and got breakfast. I didn't sit in. I got a takeout because I didn't feel like cooking this morning. But I observed, and on the way to get my breakfast, I went past this really popular restaurant, Lisa's, where people hang out a lot. And there's always people out in front waiting to get in. One mask. And they're all bunched together. We're doomed. We're doomed, people. Here in America, we're doomed. That's how I'm ending this video, because we do need a cold slap in the face. Our attention span is so short, and we're so selfish in general. In America, we're just me, 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 me. I have to admit that I have to fight against it, And so this is why we're in this predicament. It doesn't appear that it's getting any better. And that very sick man in the office doesn't help at all, does it? Does it? Enjoy your weekend.